Good morning, and welcome to Defensible Risk. I don't know. I literally, very literally tested 10 times last night, and this morning it decides it doesn't want to work. So we're going to figure this out. We really are going to get this going. I've got this amazing setup for you guys, and I really don't want to do this while I'm holding it. So I'm going to set this down and adjust my camera just a touch, and that's going to be terrible. That's going to be an amazingly bad angle. So we'll do it. We're going to cheat. Try it one more time. So thank you for being here. Thank you for checking us out. My name is Dan. Welcome to Risky Bits by Defensible Risk. All the socials up there, Defensible Risk, twitch.tv/Defensible Risk. We've got Twitter, we've got Instagram. We're, of course, here on YouTube. And, only mildly frustrating that Streamlabs from the desktop. Again, I tested 10 times last night. I counted them up. I'm like 10 times. It has to work. So that's okay. We'll just keep moving forward. This morning we're in a slightly different location. We were trying something different, but we'll figure it out. We are continuing our discussion with the Center for Internet Security's Critical Security Control number 2, which is the inventory and control of software assets. And let me read that to you, just so we can maintain that the consistent definition. So actively managed, which would include inventory, track, and correct all software on the network so that only authorized software is installed and can execute, and that unauthorized and unmanaged software is found and prevented from installation and execution. So on Monday, we set the tone for what this critical security control is for, why we would need to do it. Number one, to make sure that bad stuff's not running on our network. Number two, so that we can make sure that we are appropriately licensed within our enterprise for the software that we are using. Yesterday, we talked about some of the tools. We talked about SCCM. We talked about Landesk. There's all kinds of different IT service management software packages that you can use. Those two are particularly great if you're on the Windows or Microsoft shop. If you're a Mac shop, you can look at like Jamf. If you are in the container space, Puppet Chef, that can certainly help you out with those kind of things. Today we want to talk about documentation. I mentioned this last week. Documentation is probably one of the least fun things that we can possibly do, but it is super important to make sure that we are doing it. Keeping track of what we have and how we're managing it. It's great to have a tool that can collect all of the software across the enterprise, but if you don't keep track of it in a reportable format, then it may not provide you with the actual data that you need, and you're not necessarily fulfilling the complete security control. Trying to be mindful of the time since we got a late start, we'll lean into that camera. It's amazing. But this is where you have your service management tools that you're using. Sometimes you want to go a little outside of that. I know a lot of shops will use something like a spreadsheet, whether that's Excel or Google Sheets or another tool entirely. Less than ideal. It can work if you're a small enough shop, but if you're a medium or a large enterprise, you're going to grow beyond a spreadsheet unless you can do it by department, then maybe, just maybe. But it'll get unwieldy very quickly. Again, if you're a small, let's say you're a shop of 5 people, a business of 5 people, an attorney's office, you've got a couple of admin assistants, whatever it happens to be, you might be able to get away with something like that, but you get much larger and it's going to become unwieldy very quickly. So that's what we want to talk about for critical security control number 2 for today. So we started Monday talking about what it is, why it is. Yesterday on Tuesday we talked about some of the tools that you can use to do it, and today we covered the documentation portion. And we will continue our discussion tomorrow and Friday with critical security control number 2. Now, an IT joke for the day. Love me a good IT joke, So the joke for today is, my email password has been hacked again. This is the 3rd time I've had to rename my dog. But it's not terrible. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. It is a joke. You can share that with your colleagues today, and maybe they'll enjoy it almost as much as I did. And your morning encouragement. Every morning you have 2 choices. Either you sleep and continue to dream, or you wake up and chase them. And then I want to add on top of that, right? Go get him, Tiger. I did enjoy that. So, thank you all for being here. 6 minutes, 45 seconds at 6:45-ish a.m. when the technology decides it actually wants to cooperate for me. We are still running on the Streamlabs mobile application because I tested it and it still didn't want to work. But we will actually get this functioning. I've got this brilliant, beautiful setup built for you guys, and I really want to bring it to you. And like I said, every time I go to a private so I can test, it works brilliantly. And then when I actually want to go live at 6:45 a.m., it doesn't want to cooperate. It's social distortion at a song called The Story of My Life. I think that's where we're winding it. So with that, my name is Dan. This has been Risky Bits by Defensible Risk. If you are interested in talking more cybersecurity, Wednesday evenings, that's tonight. If you're watching live, 6:30 p.m., twitch.tv/6:30 p.m. Pacific. I really want to be careful about that. Twitch.tv/Defensible Risk. We'll be spending some time talking cybersecurity. You're more than welcome to join us. Jump in with any questions, thoughts, comments, etc., etc. With that, twitch.tv/Defensible Risk. Defensible Risk right here on YouTube. We are starting to put some content up on Instagram, so you're welcome to join us there. Twitter, emails, all the socials. Until we speak again, my friends, be well, stay healthy, wear a mask, and avoid the Ronas. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 6:45 at 6:45 a.m. Pacific. Thanks again.